r/AskReddit. What part of your personality do you fake? Intelligence. I've learned how to make myself seem like I know what I'm doing. For me, I didn't even work for it. People just assume that I know stuff. It's so awkward. I mostly just sit with my friends and nod along and sometimes throw in something like yeah sure, like I know what they are talking about. I tried telling my BF, but he keeps on telling me that I'm so intelligent. Being pleasant. Life has made me a bitter asshole and I have to force myself to be nice. On the inside I usually want to scream at most people to fuck off. I am one of the most shy people you will ever meet. I switched grocery stores because the cashiers started to recognize me and wanted to chit-chat. I didn't make one friend in college because I kept to myself. However, I am very successful at work because I know that if I don't put myself out there and act confident, I won't advance. I'm more scared of being destitute than I am shy, I guess. This extends to my relationships because I'm married. She asked me out though, and have a very tight-knit group of friends. There are certain things you just have to do. Toughness. I'm actually very sensitive and easily affected. Same. It boils down to two elements for me. One is a self-defense mechanism. Don't want to seem fragile and let people know that I have feelings that can be taken advantage of, so I come off as cold and uncaring, insensitive. Two is not wanting to burden others with my feelings. I guess I'm not comfortable being vulnerable, even with my close friends and family. This is due to multiple reasons, but mainly when I've allowed myself to be openly vulnerable, my trust has been betrayed and I've been abused or belittled. And I guess that's how I got to number one to begin with. I don't know what parts are real and what parts are fake anymore, and that worries me. My experience is that if you fake a certain personality enough, then it becomes a part of you, even if the original intent was to fake it. Fake it till you make it, or as I like to say, fake it till you become it. I pretend I'm clueless a lot. It could be about work, or even just about something in life. You learn a lot about the person if you act clueless in something you're quite familiar with and they're trying to BS you with what they know very little about. Likewise, you can also digest some great information about their perspective on the topic and actually learn a tip or two if they are more knowledgeable and experienced than you. The latter is the main reason why I act this way, and it's actually amazing how much I have learned since then. It really is a win-win. You'll be able to identify quickly if you think this person will make a good or bad impact in your life. I don't act clueless, I usually am. But even if I do know something, sometimes it's easier to just let someone new explain it to me. Sometimes it's a reassurance that I understand the subject matter. Sometimes I find out that they do something differently and why they do it that way. Sometimes you just learn faster because you are learning everyone's culmination of knowledge and you can pick the method that works best for you. Being outgoing. No, I don't want to go out and socialize. Yes, I will anyways. I can relate to this. Whenever I'm parties, I'm always faking that I enjoy small talk and meeting new people. But I can't stand small talk at all. I don't care where you work, Jonathan. I'm probably never going to see you again. Sometimes when I'm stuck in a conversation that I have no interest in, I end up thinking about weird shit. Like what would happen if I just slapped him? What if I pinch his nose? Should I stare at his teeth for no reason? I'll lick my lips and see how he reacts. I've got an entire customer service personality that's fake. I work in customer service. It's gotten to the point where out of habit I'll say, "Have a good day," to friends and family in a weird and almost fake tone. This reminds me of my father in a different sense, and in a way that always made me laugh internally. My father was a car salesman. I'd wake up at normal hours on Sundays because he'd cook up a storm of a breakfast for those who were up, if you slept in. Tough shit. When he'd ask you how you wanted your eggs cooked, it sounded like he was trying to sell you a car. "Oh hey bud, could I interest you in some eggs? I think you'd like them sunny side up so you can dip them in this here wheat bread and they match perfectly. You don't want the white bread because it gets too soggy too fast with the eggs. And hey, if you don't want that, I can do some scrambled eggs and bacon. Thought's always a good choice. finishes cooking. Here you go, my friend. I hope you enjoy your rock bottom Breaktoberfest. Edit. Grammar edit so people don't think I was literally sleeping in tough shit. I'm a lot more judgmental than I let on. My internal monologue is probably the biggest asshole I know. I'm so quick to judge everyone around me, for anything, and it's definitely one of the things I hate most. Something that helps me whenever I'm instantly being too critical of people is to make an active choice to pick out 3 things that I do appreciate or value about them. The first thought that pops into your head is what you've been taught to think, and the second one is what you choose to think. I've found this helps with self-confidence too, because the less you judge other people, the less you judge yourself. Customer continues to not read signs in front of them, suggests I should smile more. At least they're not screaming right now. They are wearing pants. Eventually they will be elsewhere. Politeness. I'm not an asshole, but sometimes I really hate the pleasantries that are expected on a daily basis, specifically the workplace. Also, I feel like I act more confident and aggressive than I actually am because I work in a male-dominant field, and I don't want to be looked down on. Being ambitious. Yes, I do want to be promoted. Also, what's the bare minimum I have to do to achieve that? Confidence. Obligatory edit. Thank you for the silver and gold. To clarify, it's completely fake and doesn't last. In the moment I'm having an internal panic attack thinking everyone knows I'm faking it. I worry they think I'm an idiot or something. As soon as I'm away from whatever situation I was in, I have anxiety like none other, sometimes full-blown panic attacks. Then I replay it in my head over and over. I've been trying to fake it till I make it my entire life, not sure how to make it. Maybe one of these days. Most of it TBH. I grew up in an emotionally toxic home, and I learned to pick up on people's moods as a defense mechanism. Now that I am an adult, I use it somewhat to my advantage and can adapt my personality to basically get along with everyone. It's something that I am trying to do less, as it is very emotionally exhausting for me to be on for a whole work day. It was much easier in college when I didn't see people as much. To most people I am incredibly positive, chipper, outgoing, and funny. Honestly, I'm pretty nihilistic, suffer from social anxiety, and I take most of my jokes from the offhand Reddit comment. It makes dating difficult as people tend to fall in love with the first me that I present and not who I actually am. Oh dude. I'm there. I have just reached a point now where I no longer want to change my approach and mindset for every single person I encounter. I was basically trained like a monkey to empathize, de-escalate, and forgive people. Now I just don't have the energy, so I'm cutting some shit out of my life and not taking on that baggage. My new motto, that sounds like a you problem. Impartiality. Some of my friends go to me for advice thinking I'm this calm, collected, wise, third-party advisor. Admittedly, as much as I want to help them, I have my own biases and terrible advice to give. I still maintain this wise advisor image in front of them though, partially out of my own desire to help them, even if those desires might be wrong or misplaced sometimes. I feel that it also makes it hard when you want advice because you're seen as the advice giver, not someone who needs advice. I often find myself struggling through problems alone because I don't want to break the facade of being wise and able to figure a solution to all problems I'm presented with. I actually think your tattoo idea is trash, and I'm not proud of doing it even though I said it was radiance. I like paying rent though, what can I say? I have a really good memory, but I hold back a lot on it because it can weird people out when you remember random things that happened months or years ago. First day of class, 9th grade. I sit next to a girl, we begin to chat. I casually mention that she and I went to the same dojo and summer club. And her younger brother's name is Matt and he's a funny, good kid. And her mom is a diving instructor, right? She never sat next to me again or spoke to me. That was the day I learned to keep the shit to myself instead of vomiting out everything I remember about someone. I made this mistake on a first date once. I realized one halfway through dinner that I used to work with his ex-wife. They had gone to Vegas and got married in one of those cheesy chapels with an Elvis impersonator, and she had brought the album of their adventure to work. In retrospect, I don't think it was terrible for me to mention I remembered working with her, but I probably shouldn't have went into such detail about everything I remembered, including when she told us they were getting divorced a year after they got married. Oh well, we wouldn't have been good together anyway, so one date was more than enough. Thanks for listening and hope you all have a great day. You all are so awesome for getting this far into the video.